Today my topic is the pattern. So what is the pattern? Pattern is defined as the model of the casting. This is a casting, this is a pattern. So pattern is the model of casting. The pattern is making a mold or cavity in a sand. The cavity or mold is filled by the molten metal. After some time, after solidification the metal, you can carrying out this as a product. This is process is called the casting. To pattern the quality and finishing surface of the casting is generally depends upon the finishing of the pattern. The pattern play a very important role to casting in a different casting in industries like a automobile industries and machinery industries. Different type of the components are made with the help of the pattern like a shaper machine body, milling machine body, power grinder, broaching machine, bench wise, machine wise, and automobile gear, engine housing, and centrifugal pump body. Different type of the items can be casting with the help of a pattern. The pattern, how to select the pattern? The following factors are affecting the selecting of pattern. Number one is the design of to be the casting. Number one. Number two is the number of casting to be the produced. Number three, high grade finishing on the surface of the casting. These are the affecting factor on a selection of pattern. The pattern, what is the material of the pattern? The various materials are used to make the pattern like a wood or metal. So wood is commonly used to make the pattern, but it is not used for the mass production because the the wood has not ability to adhesive action adhesive action ability because the pattern is repeating again in contact in the sand particles. So the pattern is not ability to adhesive action. The pattern, the wood, pine, devdar, uh, sesame, these are the wood are used for the pattern. The pattern, the wood is containing the 2 or 3% moisture. To above the moisture, there are so many problems are created in the pattern. So these wood type, these type of the pattern are affected by the seasonable. The the pattern should be the distorted and cracked due to the extra containing the moisture. So the wood is very cheap, light in weight, or the work can be easily work on the workpiece like a different type of the shape, curve, and bending, or can be easily with the help of different type of the tools. So the wood material are used to make the pattern. The pattern to metal. The metal is also used for the mass production to avoid the eliminate the different type of the problems those are facing in a wood crack or crack bending and distortion problem are removed by the metal. The different type of the metals are used to make the pattern like a cast iron, brass, aluminium, plaster, plastic, and wax. The cast iron is very tough, easy cut, and filing is very easy. So the cast iron pattern are used for the thick section of the components. The brass is very costly than the cast iron. So it is very resistant to corrosion and ability to adhesive action. But the brass metal are generally used for the very complicated uh, casting. Aluminium, the aluminum and its solid, the composition like the aluminum 80% aluminum, 14% zinc, 3% copper, 1.5% iron, 1.5% silicon are used to make the aluminum. The aluminum are generally used for the thin section casting, for the six section casting. The plastic. So these is wax. So wax is generally used in a investment casting. The first you will make the masterpiece. So you will casting you may with the help of the master pattern, you will make the cavity and fill up the material. To fill up the material means wax. The wax is cooled by the water. So after carrying out this pattern is called the wax. So wax pattern are generally used for the fine finishing particle. Fine finishing. These are the metals are used for the making the pattern. Different type of the pattern are used to casting. Number one is solid pattern. This is a solid pattern. Just like this is a solid pattern. There is no any parting. There is no any joint. Okay, this is a solid pattern. A split pattern. This this is a split pattern. So the split pattern is made of a two half. This is a one piece. This is other one piece, and it is joined by the dowels. Joined by the dowel. This type of the pattern are used to in a cope. Other piece is used for a drop and fishing in this. So you will cast it like this with the help of a split pattern. Loose piece pattern. If you want to make a dovetail casting, then you will be used to this type of the loose pattern. This is a loose piece. So this is a loose piece. This is the loose piece pattern. This is a loose piece pattern. Gateway pattern. The gateway pattern are generally used for the mass production. To get the number of pieces are like this. Number of gate are make like this. This is a 1, this 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3. To join to each other, join together with the help of the this is the runner channel. The metal is going with the help of a gate. This type of the pattern are generally used for the mass production. The main function of the gate is joined together and joined together. These are the this is the figure of the gate pattern. Sweep pattern. Sweep pattern, just like you can see this. This is a sweep pattern. This is a sweep. The piece is mounted around this bar at 360 degree to make this shape like a step type pulley. So you will make this is a sand and you carrying out and fill up the material. So this type of the pattern is called the sweep pattern. Match plate pattern. So left hand or side right, left hand or right hand pattern are used make with the help of a match pattern. Shell pattern. Shell pattern, you can see this is a elbow. This is a elbow. So shell pattern. This is the this. So you can see this is the half portion, other portion, and this hole is made by the core. Made by the core. So the elbow make the produce the casting with the help of a shell pattern. Segmental pattern. The gear and pulley is very high diameter. With the high diameter, this is the segmental pattern. This is the one piece of this. This is a wheel. This is a core. The core is here to make this hole. This type of the piece are used to make this type of the wheel. So again, first number, second number, third number, fourth number, 5 number and 6 number. So again it is used to make this type of the gear, this type of the wheel. So the segmental pattern are used like this. This is the 9 number is floorboard pattern, 10 number is left side hand pattern, left and right hand pattern. These pattern and the different type of the pattern are here. So this is the allowances. This is a allowances. So allowances, the axis dimension on the pattern is referred to the allowances. So why do the need of the allowance? The allowance is used. Allowance is done to take care the construction of the fluids. The construction of fluids are done by the 3 steps. Number 1 is the construction of fluids flow from the this is the you can see this is a figure. This is a temperature. This is a time. The metal is this is a mold. The molten metal is filled here in this mold. So A and B. So here the time the cavity. This is a cavity. This is a runner, this is a riser. The metal is flow here in the cavity. The metal is filled in a riser, At this point, the temperature is very high. Temperature is very high A, this is a B. The temperature is very high A and B. It means that then this is a construction of liquid from first number from pouring to room temperature. Second number is the construction associated with the liquid to solid. Third number is the construction of liquid from solid to room temperature. The, from A and B, the temperature is down due to the sensible heat. So it means that at the point A and at the point B, the liquid is same. So at the point B, change the temperature. So this metal is here. Then solidification. This is the solidification due to the latent heat. From the point C and D, the temperature is down at the room temperature. You can see this. This is a mold. The metal is filled here. At this time, the metal is here at the higher temperature. Second number is the temperature is down. The metal is try to set up. Third number is the metal is down at this solidification. This is the liquid shrinkage. This is solidification linkage, or this is a solid shrinkage. So shrinkage, the allowance are different material have a different type of the allowances. This is a steel 20 mm per meter. So mm per meter में linearity. So the allowance are generally use a linear position. So mm upon meter. The bronze 10 to 20, aluminum 16, copper brass 16, cast iron 7 to 10, white cast iron 21, zinc and lead 24. These are the allowances. The allowances are generally depends upon the nature of the material. First number is shrinkage. The shrinkage allowance. The shrinkage and the excess dimension are put on the pattern to pattern. अगर pattern. Second number is machining allowance. The machining allowance, this is the actual dimension. The diameter of 40, length is 200. This is the allowances. So here the diameter is 44. So 2 mm at every side. The 2 mm, 2 and 2, 4. So 2 mm is the allowance. So the material is extra provided on this pattern. This is the machining allowance. Second number is drafting allowance. Drafting allowance means when the pattern is dropped, when the pattern is molding in a sand, molding in a sand, so the piece is easily carrying out with the help of a draft angle. The draft angle are generally used for the half, 1 by half or 2 degree. So how to calculate the shrinkage allowance? The shrinkage allowance are calculated so this is a shrinkage allowance. It calculates the linear coefficient of thermal expansion into the total length of this job. This is the QF minus QR. QF means the temperature, freezing temperature minus room temperature. Freezing temperature minus room temperature. The shrinkage allowance are generally depends upon the length of the components and the freezing temperature and room temperature. This is the allowance. The allowance can be calculated by this formula. Formula. Third number is rapid distortion allowance. If you want to make this type of the T joint, this is a T shape. If you want to casting the T shape, so after this metal is tried to this metal is tried like this. So it means that this metal. So how to apply the allowances to make this type of this figure. So that the metal is tends to in a concave shade. So the metal, so the allowances are here. So 2 or 3 mm. So you can make the easily this shape of this size from this casting. This is the distortion allowance. Fourth number is rapid allowance. Rapid allowance means this is a piece. This is a piece in molding in a sand. So when you strike by any hammer, to remove this metal, so the dimension is increased. So dimension is increased by the wrapping. So the length, the dimension of the pattern less, from the extra dimension is minus. So these are the wrapping. First number is shrinkage allowance, second number is machining allowance, third number is drafting allowance, fourth number is distortion allowance, fifth number is rapid allowance. These are the allowances are used for the casting. Different type of the different type of the core box are used. Okay, if you want to make this type of the job like a hole, so how to perform the hole? So the core are needed to perform this core like this. This is a core. This is a core. It is heated at the temperature of 3 degree 3 degree Celsius to make the core. The core is applied here and to perform this hole. So this is a core box. So the core are generally make with the help of this these core box. Core box are generally five types. Number one is half core box. Half core box is just like a half core half core box, just like this is a core. The split core, the split core, just this is a split core, just like this is a split core. Right and left hand and gang core box or loose piece core box, these are the core box. So how to justify it? How to justify the material with the help of a color, with the help of a color, with the help of a color. This is a casting. This is a casting. If you want to if you want to machining this surface, then you put the color is red. If you want to machining this surface, so the red color is put here. This surface is not want to machining, so the black color is apply here. Black color is apply here. Black color is apply here. If you want to make this type of the component, then your core are used. Then the core are used. The core is then the core are used. So the core having the color of the yellow. So the yellow color indicate the core. The machining side is indicate the red color, and non machining the black color. This is a parting line. This is a parting line. This is a parting line. So it means that no color are used. No color are needed to show the parting. These are the these are the these are the these are the allowances, and these are the type of the pattern, core box and allowances. So allowances are used. Allowances can be calculated by this formula. So allowances, shrinkage allowance is equal to the expansive, the coefficient of linear thermal expansion into the length of the components minus into freezing temperature minus room temperature. This formula are used to calculate the shrinkage allowance. The drafting allowance, the angle are used. Angle are used half angle, half degree, 1 by 2 degree or 2 degree. So the angle are 0.5 to 2 degree are used to drafting the angle. To drafting the angle. So I hope that you will like my lecture. Thank you very much.